My boyfriend slept with another woman and claims I wanted him to. My hands are shaking, so sorry if there are typos. I don't know if I'll be able to explain what just happened. I'm in a hotel room right now, just falling apart. I live with my boyfriend, Jack. We've been together 2 years. The relationship has been good. Sex is frequent, we say I love you often, and both of us participate in the other's family functions. I don't have any major complaints, and to my knowledge he hasn't been unhappy. I am deeply in love with him. I came home today about an hour early. I had started to get a migraine at work, which isn't super unusual, and once I started to get nauseated, I decided I should just go home and lie down. It doesn't happen a ton, but maybe a few times a year where I decide to take the afternoon off. My boyfriend works nights, so is often home during the day. Pulled in the driveway and his car was there. Not unusual, he doesn't work until the evening. Parked on the street out front like I always do, you can't really hear the car from that distance unless you're really listening, and went in the apartment. The bedroom is on the far side of the apartment from where I came in, so you usually can't hear a key in the lock or anything, especially with the air conditioning on. It was. I said hello as I came in, but could immediately hear that the air conditioning on in the bedroom. It's a separate window unit and pretty loud. I opened the door to say hello to Jack, and there he is, right in the middle of having sex with a girl doggy style. They both froze, and she looked really shocked. He was just sort of expressionless. She immediately sort of scrambled for the sheets, but he just sat there. I guess I was in shock, because I actually walked in the bedroom where they were and got my suitcase from under the bed. I even said excuse me to the girl fucking my boyfriend. I went to my closet and threw a bunch of clothes in the case, and all the while he's constantly talking. I can't remember everything he said, but I distinctly heard him say, "I wanted to surprise you, we've wanted to spice things up in the bedroom." I didn't say anything and left and came to this hotel. We discussed having a threesome in the past, and I even said I would possibly be open to it at some point in the future. I told him I found the idea exciting, but that we would need to discuss things and find the right person if it was actually going to happen. I never wanted him to just surprise me out of the blue. He's been blowing up my phone ever since. He's left several voicemails and sent about a dozen texts. He said things didn't go like he imagined, but he thought it would be sexy to have a spontaneous threesome. He said he was trying to fulfill my fantasy. I've been crying for the last 3 hours. I have no idea what to think at this point. I think he's lying to me, but what if he really thought he was doing what I wanted? Is it possible he's just that clueless? Please help. TLDR, caught my boyfriend in our bed with another woman. He claims he was trying to surprise me with a threesome. I think he's lying. Update. Firstly, thank you all for your comments and advice. Micah knew that I had to end the relationship, but I needed a kick in the pants to actually do it. The apartment we live in is actually owned by my uncle, with whom I am very close. I live there for free while attending grad school. It is part of a building he owns, and was his way of helping me afford to further my education. He had no problem with my boyfriend also living there, on the condition that he help out with managerial duties and repairs around the building. I called my uncle and told him the circumstances, and he called Jack and told him he needs to find a new place to live. He's not on a lease or anything, so hopefully it won't be a legal issue. I haven't responded to Jack in any way since yesterday. I returned to the apartment this afternoon after going to the doctor to get tested for STDs, thankfully clear so far. Jack was there. Since he spoke with my uncle, he knew that I was breaking up with him and wanted him out. He immediately tried to argue with me, saying once again that the whole thing had been intended as a gift for me. I just ignored him as I went around the place packing his things. He also said that the only reason he started without me was that he wanted to get used to the two of them together, so things wouldn't be awkward when I arrived. Apparently he thought having sex with her first would make the threesome go smoother. I didn't even look at him, just kept packing. I'm proud of myself that I didn't cry. I think I was past the point of crying. He kept blabbering on, saying that he just wanted to test the waters with the other person so that when the time came they could both focus totally on me. The final straw was when he said that I was being totally unreasonable and ungrateful for the effort he was putting into our sexual relationship. I stared at him for a minute, and then I just started laughing. I couldn't control it. I must have laughed hysterically for a full minute. He got angry but finally shut up and stopped trying to justify himself. I asked for his key and then told him to leave. I said that he could call to arrange a time to come pick up all his things, but not to contact me for any other reason. His parents live in the same city, so I know he has somewhere to stay. He left, looking pretty forlorn. I didn't ask how long he'd been cheating on me. Just knowing about the one incident was enough. He's obviously not the person I thought he was. I don't feel like I even know him anymore. I'm still sad, but I'm going to be okay. There's no way I could keep someone like that in my life. Thanks again for all the encouragement and motivation to end it for good. I knew the truth in my heart, but I needed to know I wasn't crazy. My mom is an influencer and I hate her for it. My mom, F45, has become a Facebook influencer. I, F16, used to not care when she took photos, but it's gotten crazy. Everything she does is now posted or live streamed online. Even if somewhere says don't photograph or film, she'd find a way to film it. It was annoying at first, but now it's downright frustrating, especially since 3 months ago when she got really into it. I also completely understand the irony of me posting this on Reddit, but I just need someone to hear me out. I declined my 16th birthday party, so she threw a giant party claiming it was for her anniversary, my brother's graduation, and my birthday. There were 150 guests, and between my dad, my brother, and myself, we only covered 30 of them. I don't even know how much of that party she wasn't on her screen for, since she was constantly filming and uploading it, along with a lot of her friends. I really wanted to perform there. I practiced for months, but the idea of her filming and uploading it made me so nervous I backed down. I don't like being photographed or filmed. Even as a kid I didn't. Another time we went on vacation and every second it was filmed. When we got to a hotel we weren't allowed in until she recorded the room, even if we just drove for 8 hours and wanted to sleep. She'd take her time in areas she could photograph, even if it was a rock, actual thing, but when me, my dad and brother tried to enjoy a non-aesthetic place, I felt rushed, like she wanted to just go. If we got food, she didn't let us eat or move the food until photos and videos were taken, even having us pose with the food or announce what it is. That one annoyed me. One time we traveled by car and it was over 10 hours since we ate. When we got a chance to eat dinner, she took my food before I got a chance and was recording it, saying things like, "Oh, how delicious," and I was so tired and hungry I just gave up and started tearing up. On the vacation when we went on a boat, but she was live streaming, she was calling out followers, thanking them and saying how much she loved them all. The boat was going to check out Alcatraz and I thought it was so disrespectful, especially because it was a public area and not everyone wants to be filmed, and also the history of the island makes me feel that it needs to be respected and not treated as a background to a video. One thing that made me want to write this post was because I was trying to get a drink out of the soda machine. She had me pour out the ice from the cup so she could record me doing it for a shot. I have a certain ice to soda ratio I like, and it was perfect the first time. After that I didn't get it correct and it was just a damper on an already not so great day. After that she held up my soda and was showing it off to the camera, and I had to just wait until she was done. Another thing is I've started to envy her followers. She gives them so much more attention than me. She goes off on my dad about how much closer I am with him than her, but I asked to watch a movie with her and she declines. Her reasoning is always that she has a live stream later she's hosting, or a video to film, or her followers are live. She's turned me down so many times I stopped even trying to hang out with her, since if I do get her around she's on her phone. One time I asked for her opinion and she snapped that she was tired from her job and that she needed time to post. She live streams so much that I sometimes have to skip meals because she can't have the background noise, and she live streams in the middle of the kitchen. She's live streams for hours, and if she had any issue with the internet she makes everyone power down their devices so she can get a better connection. The most attention she's given me recently was recorded. I was in a dance class and the only time she looked at me was when she was recording what I was doing. The instructor praised me to them for my work multiple times and she didn't even notice. I checked and she was watching a live stream. I feel like I'm going crazy. When she posts about me, I feel exposed, like I have no control. My dad keeps saying she views the world through lens, and I have no clue if this is how parents are nowadays, but it's terrible. I'm so sorry if anyone else has to grow up like this. Update. A few weeks after the original post, I did try to sit her down. I started to explain to her I didn't want to be posted or predominantly featured in her account, minus maybe family photos or major events. I do understand that Facebook is important to her and I wouldn't want to stop her. I just wanted to feel more acknowledged by her as a person, not another character to live stream or post. She called me ungrateful, that she employs herself to have 2 jobs to support my wants and she works so hard for me. Her original job is being employed by my father. He pays all the bills and covers everything. The money she earns is partially for spending. She still uses his credit card and to pay off debts. She counts Facebook as her second job between all the time it takes. According to my dad, it's under minimum wage. He recently started bringing up the fact she's on Facebook during her work and it's impacting how much she gets done in the day. She yelled at me for over 30 minutes and ended with her crying and ordering me away. As not good as it looks, most sit-downs end up this way. I asked to go to therapy before and it had a similar ending. For a while she slowed down on photographing food. This was because of my dad telling her to stop, that most of it's not worth it, and it was getting annoying. When we are eating at a restaurant, she takes photos of her own food while making comments how we won't support her by taking photos of our meals and being upset and dramatic over. The habit started picking back up of taking food photos, so I started to get dishes that look as unappealing, side of fries, salad of just mixed greens, etc., just so it's not photographed. She still posts often and I saw someone comment about doxing, but her page has my town posted along with photos of my house. When she leaves for a trip, she posts when she leaves and where she is in the moment. My dad heavily disapproves and thinks it should be posted after we return. It terrifies me just that much is online about me. When she leaves just me and my brother alone, I become scared that someone could easily break in. My brother also started becoming bothered by her. On a trip, she posted a video of my brother sleeping, which his friends ended up finding. That started ticking him off until he started talking about even though he's fine with filming, it's the in excess getting to him. He's always been closer to her than I have, and I just hope it doesn't affect their future relationship any more than it already has. I found posts on TikTok and YouTube reading out the post, and I wanted to address a few frequent comments. The most frequent one being that people wouldn't be able to handle it and they would toss the phone or try and sabotage one way or another. I appreciate the comments and I got a good laugh out of some of them. But the harsher truth is, being in this situation, retaliation is a lot harder, especially since I would be put under an unsavory limelight. Along with the fact she carries around 2 phones, destroying one would do little to nothing while getting me in trouble with both parents. Another one being divorce. My parents can communicate and divorce is something they both don't want. My dad encourages me to ignore my mom's antics, and we both know she loves me and is trying to be a parent, which is a difficult task with little to no instructions. My mom isn't from where I'm from. For all I know, it could be a good outlet for her and keeps her connected with her home country and people from where she's from. Finally, I want to thank the people who said I was patient, but I really am not. I'm just used to it. When it's how you grow up, you don't think about it as much, even if it bothers you. Giving into her lifestyle is a habit, and I plan on living by just trying to stay under the radar.